Hey everyone, my name's Amanda and I'm the Fun Size Reader, and today I wanted to talk to you about Ledge by Stacey McEwan. Now, I kind of have stopped requesting books from publishers. I kind of wanted to do a whole video on this, but I'm just going to briefly talk about it, the reason why I did it, and the reason why I actually requested this book. I stopped doing it because I felt like there was a lot of pressure. I kind of got a little bombarded by all of the books that I had requested and just didn't have enough time to read fast enough and get the reviews out fast enough, like on their timelines. And I'm a mood reader, so things just, they didn't work out. And so I kind of stopped doing it. But then I saw that Stacey's book, Ledge, was available for request, and I requested it on a whim. I honestly did not think I was gonna get it, and so I'm really, really thankful to Angry Robot Books, her publisher, that they gave me the chance to read this one early, and so I did. Now I get to participate in Stacey's book tour, so that is why this video is coming to you early in anticipation for the release on September 13th. So thank you again to Stacey and Angry Robot for letting me read Ledge early. But going back to the reason why I requested it, like I've watched Stacey on TikTok for a long time. She is somebody who I actually like laugh out loud on TikTok to her videos. I send them to my husband all the time. We laugh at them. She's just so funny. And watching her videos, you just kind of know and understand that she has similar feelings about romances that I have. So that's one of the reasons I felt like I really connected to her on social media, and I like silently in the background watch all of her stuff. I'm sorry, Stacey, I'm not creepy, I promise. She's a celebrity in my eyes, so I like don't interact with celebrities. But so I read her book, and I'm so glad I read it, and I'm so glad I read it early because now I get to share it with all of you guys. Short synopsis. So this book is about a girl named Dawsyn, and she is living alone on the ledge. And the ledge is basically this ledge of land over this chasm, and it is up in the mountains. There's snow, ice everywhere. It's completely isolated. The small village of people that live there on the ledge have to fight for food, fight for warmth, like literally it's survivalist. But every so often they get food dropped to them by the Glacians, who live in the Glacian palace kingdom area across the chasm. And the Glacians are these part human, part winged beasts that feed off of the people from the ledge. So every so often the people from the ledge will basically get selected to be taken across the chasm, and they never know what happens to them. This book follows Dawsyn and her journey of being selected off of the ledge. I'll put the full description for the book in the description of the video down below so you can like read it, because I really felt like I went into this book kind of blind, like only knowing basics. And I loved that I did that because I felt like it left so much for my brain to not expect and just enjoy. So I gave this book a solid 4 stars. Solid 4. It was very close to a 5 for me, but I felt like there was just something that was holding it back a little bit. This is going to be a completely spoiler-free video because the book has not been released yet. So there's not going to be a spoiler section here. I'm not going to talk about it. It's not like, it hasn't happened. But if enough people read it and we want to do like a book club kind of discussion or a spoiler section video, so I give you my thoughts on things spoilery, let me know in the comments, because I can make that way later once you've all had time to read it. But I'm not going to spoil it now. Back to my non-spoilery thoughts about the star rating. So there was something I think that just drew me away from giving it the full 5 stars, and I think this goes back to my just personal preference of, I think I connect to characters and storyline a little bit more when things are written in the first person. And this was written in the third person, and I think the narration and the writing were amazing. It really like helped me feel the cold and feel the setting and understand what was going on really, really well. But I think it didn't let me connect to the characters enough, because I am a character, like I love characters and I love the plot, but when I feel the emotions from the characters going through the plot, like that's when a book is just like, I obsess over it. And I think that was just not enough for me to give it the full like shining 5, but it was so close. It was so close because it was so entertaining. And I'll talk about that more in a second. So spice reading. Funny story on this. So Stacey posted about the book a couple weeks ago, and I laughed out loud when I read her caption about her father having read this book and has now read sex scenes that she has written, and so now they can't speak anymore. And so I was laughing. I was dying. This book I would give a 3 chili peppers, but I think it was like a little softer 3 than some of the ones that I have read before. There are a few scenes where there is explicit content, but it's maybe not as descriptive of some of the other books. Again, because it's like that third person narration where it's a little bit more withdrawn. So it's there, and it's often, once it happens, more than one scene, which is my my cutoff. But it's not as like super explicit as some others that have given that star rating or that chili pepper rating. But it is spicy content because Stacey flat out says like, this is adult, this is a romance, and it's just really good. It's really good. There are trigger warnings. There are trigger warnings. Like I said, this book is about people surviving. So there are some dark elements that come into play with that. But I think the third person kind of withdrawn narrator did help me palate that a little bit more. So it wasn't something that I couldn't read because it was too upsetting. But they are in the book. She does have them listed, so do check those out before you read them. Overall, just like spoiler-free thoughts. This book was so unique, you guys. I think that that's one of the things that I loved about it the most, was that we haven't seen, I couldn't like compare this to something. Does that make sense? Like, we have these like winged creatures that everybody in reading world is obsessed with wings right now. And so everybody's putting wings on everybody. But these were different. Like they were different characters. And the magic and just like, again, trying not to spoil, like there are things that happened in the book that are just so unique and so unseen. And the descriptiveness of like the setting is unique, and the setting was different. And there's like basically 3 or 4 main locations, and the interconnectedness that they all have. It's just, it was good. It was really good. It was really good. And I think people should read this. Like, I could see this on the big screen or on a TV show. I think more maybe a TV show than anything else, because you could just like feel the setting. Like, I wanted to see it, you know? The ending I did not call. I knew something big was gonna happen, but I did not call the ending. I did really, really like that twist. I know that there are a lot of themes and kind of plot lines that are similar, like we have seen before, but I think that the way Stacey put them all together was done really well and made it seem like we hadn't really seen it before. There was one thing too, so in addition to just like feeling a little bit farther back from like the emotion of the characters that made me not quite push it up to 5 stars, the other thing that I thought was one of the conflicts I felt like resolved too quickly. I felt like there was a lot of buildup and then it ended way too fast. And I almost wish that there would have been more drama there. Like, I wanted more drama. but I understand why I didn't get the drama because of because of the ending. So I get it, but I wanted the drama. I wanted more drama. I don't know. It's hard. It's so hard to talk about this book without talking about things that happened and spoilery things. So I hope that this was convincing enough for you to read it, because I really think that if you are an adult fantasy reader, if you're an adult fantasy romance reader, like, I think you should read this book. For sure, should read this book. I'm excited for the next one. It is listed as a trilogy already, so we know that there's going to be 3 books. I love that it's already pre-planned. Stacey, thank you. Thank you. This is why when I say like things that she says on her TikTok and her social media, I just agree with. I agree with her. So like, thank you for pre-planning this out. As a fantasy reader, thank you for plotting it out to be what it's supposed to be. And please leave it at that, because I love when they're like pre-structured and we don't just have additions coming on that stretch things out unnecessarily. So thank you for that. Anyways, go get Ledge, read Ledge. It comes out on September 13th, so in a couple days I will put the link down in the description to pre-order it so you can take a look at that. And please let me know after you've read the book. Come leave me a comment, send me a DM, like wherever, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And let me know if you want to have a discussion about the things that actually happen, because I can't do that until later, once you guys have read it. Also, I know I hinted in a previous video that I may have a special surprise thing coming, so I just wanted to hit on that. I was trying to work with Stacey's publicist and her publishing company to maybe get a little greeting video from her for all of you guys so she could tell you about the book from her words and her mouth. But obviously, like, she's busy. Like, it was like a grand idea that I put out there, and I was like, maybe this will happen, and it didn't, and that's okay, because I can only imagine how much she's got going on right now. She works full time, she has a family, she's writing this book, she's doing all the publicity for it, like, it's gonna be out in a week, so, or less than a week now, really, so no hard feelings or anything, but I at least wanted you guys to know, because I had teased that, why it didn't happen, and what it was. But if you want to hear more from Stacey directly, go check out the Angry Robots Instagram. I know she took it over on September 6th, so you can check out that stuff, and then go check out her social media as well at Stace Bookspace. All right, well, now we get to wait for the next one to come out, and it's gonna be a while, I'm sure. Yeah, that's gonna suck. All right, guys, I'm done talking. I thank you for coming and chatting with me today, and don't forget, you can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at The Fun Size Reader. See you guys next time.